I feel a dark star rising, all right. Rawr. Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have...
I've given every...
See you later.
See ya.
The sign says the Overlook's closed for repairs until...
No one goes back there until I say so, mister.
Oh, sorry. Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's in his office. Go on back.
What can you tell...
What is this? Never mind, don't answer that.
Excuse me, officer?
Yes?
You know, that uniform looks great on you.
Uh-huh. Is that a compliment, or are you asking to borrow my dress?
It's a compliment.
Well, you just never know around here. Thanks, but I'm married.
Oh, never mind.
Fine. I'll get back to work.
Hey, Mosley.
Night. I had a feeling you'd show up.
I picked up this scale at Lake Pontchartrain.
Yeah? What makes you think it's related to the murders?
Well, it was at the crime scene.
Sure. Must be the only snake in Louisiana, all right. That voodoo snake. Christ.
I copied those marks from the lake.
Really? Good for you.
Do you want to see my sketch?
No, we have our own copy, Knight.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
What can you
There's voodoo that goes on in this city, sure. I looked into it a bit at the beginning of this case. But the voodoo stuff found at the crime scenes is all faked. It doesn't have anything to do with the real stuff. I know. I asked some experts. It's intimidation tactics, that's all.
What else?
I told you, don't worry about that part of it. It's all faked.
What do you know?
Lots? Can you be more specific?
Do you know anything?
At least 20 people attend the killings. We know this from the variety of footprints found at the scenes.
Footprints. Aren't those as good as fingerprints?
Can be, but we'd have to have a suspect in custody first, and the suspect would have to match one of the few distinct prints we have. Most of the footprints are smudged, trodden over, unreadable. These guys are so casual in their expertise, it's maddening. Like they know we'll never find them.
How many murders have there been so far?
7 murders have so far been linked to the voodoo murders case. The first murder occurred about 8 weeks ago. The MO is the same in each murder. Lake Pontchartrain was the 7th.
What kind of evidence have you found?
No fingerprints, a few bare footprints. Found a few fibers, but not many. The weirdest one was leopard fur.
Leopard fur. Describe the crime scenes.
Well, there's the corpse itself, minus the heart. Around where the body was killed, we find marks in flour and blood. There are traces of wax from candles, red and black. Ordinary wax candles, so the lab reports. Also blood and feathers of chickens, and goat's blood. And plenty of the victim's own, of course.
What's the coroner say?
The victim's heart is always ripped out of the chest and missing. We haven't located a single one of them.
Lovely. Any idea what they do with them?
Don't even want to know. Also, the coroner says some of the victims had heart attacks before the incision. Literally scared to death. The knife wounds are consistent with a long, narrow, wavy-edged knife. Probably a ritualistic dagger.
Any witnesses?
Nope. There's never been a single witness. No one's even heard a disturbance. It's damned weird. Like they just don't want people to see, and so nobody sees nothing.
Know anything about the victims?
The victims are all out-of-towners. We still don't know why.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Sure, no problem. Okay, anything else?
What can you tell me about...
You and me grew up. It's a pretty nice place, even seeing the stuff I see, you know. The Carter's getting a bit too wild, though. Getting hard to control. Not quite what it was when you and me used to hang here, but... hell, I've never known anything else.
Do you know anything about snakes?
The only thing I know about snakes is that I don't like them.
How about getting me some coffee?
Coffee? You want coffee?
Should that surprise you?
Nah, you've always been a caffeine addict. It's just that what we got here hardly qualifies.
So I'm desperate.
It's your stomach. I'll get you some when we're done talking.
That long?
All right, I'll go now. Don't touch anything while I'm gone. Here, drink it.
Thanks.
Okay, anything else?
Tell me about...
For the book?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
How's your home?
Oh, real funny night. Why don't you just bring in some frickin' salt? You know Annie left me. My home life is shit.
Right. Sorry about that. Got any hobbies?
Yeah, making your life miserable.
I'm serious. Don't you shoot or chew or something like that?
No, I'm a freaking ballet dancer. Jeez. Yeah, I was #1 at the Louisiana State Fair Marksman Contest. I play trumpet, too. You know, put your lips together and blow.
How do you like working on the police force?
Are you kidding? You know I love being a cop. And Narlands, it's the best place in the world to be one.
What are your...
Well, you know, I don't like to count my chickens before they're hatched, but I don't see why I can't be the chief of police of Narlands someday. I already know the mayor, and my track record is one of the best in the department.
I'm sure it's just a matter of moments, mostly.
Yeah, you'll see.
Just tell me anything.
Remember how we used to play monkey in the middle? Man, we used to piss off our senior year teacher. What was her name? Oh, Miss McKelly. You'd act like you were gonna toss her an eraser or something, and then you'd throw it to me over her head. And we used to do it at your grand's too, like with the remote when she wanted to watch her soaps.
Yep, and it was a great way to pick up women in the library. Those were the days. Oh, nothing.
Sure, no problem. Okay.
I got those
Really? Great. What'd you think?
astonishingly lifelike.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You got any more ideas for photos for the book?
A cop author photo might be nice.
You and me? Together?
Why not? Of course, you'll have to try to tone down your masculinity.
Well, okay. I'll call the police photographer. Franks, come in here a minute, would you? And bring your camera.
What did you need, Detective Mosley?
We need a picture, please. And make it a good one, eh, sweetheart?
Sure, sweetheart.
Say, chintzy.
Was there anything else, Knight?
How about one of me and Officer Franks?
Gee, I don't know. Franks? Just kidding, Franks. You want to get me fired for sexual harassment, Knight?
Well,
Yeah, ha. Now, is there anything else, or can I let this lady go back to her desk?
hold on a sec while I go check my hair.
Good God, Knight. Make it fast. Would you just get in here? Hurry up, would ya?
Okay, ready.
Thanks, hun. Let me know when you get them developed. The photos, that is.
Yeah, sure.
Anything else, Knight?
Nope, that's about it.
Great. Thanks, Franks. Hey, I made a rhyme.
You're astonishing, mostly.
Don't call me that in front of the lady, wise guy. Thank God I can take this thing off again. Damn, it's hot. Okay, anything else?
Do you know anything about the patterns around the bodies?
Yeah, weird, huh? All 7 victims had those marks around them. We've got all the marks on file, but we haven't figured out what, if anything, they mean.
So, how's it hanging, bud?
Lousy. I hate crime scenes. People are sick fucks, you know that, Knight?
I'm starting to get that impression. Trying for a real estate job with that coat?
No? Are you trying out for a janitorial job with that hair?
Can I see the other 6 patterns?
Sure. People like that kind of stuff, don't they? Might make the book seem more mysterious. Go talk to Officer Franks. Tell her I said you could see the file.
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
It's going. I can't seem to make any progress, though. Sluggish damn case. It's weird.
How about getting me some coffee?
What am I, your slave?
Hey, I'm working my butt off here.
Yeah. Fine.
I think I'll just borrow this badge.
Hey, what are you doing with my coat?
Nothing. I thought I saw something crawling on it.
Just drink this.
Thanks, tons. I mean it.
Okay, anything else?
Have you ever called the hair club for men?
I'd rather have no hair than your hair, Knight.
I'll let you get back to it.
Later, Knight.
She's not bad. But I wouldn't mind trying. Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
Can you get a file for me?
What file would that be?
The Voodoo Murders file. Detective Mosley said I could see it.
Really? Well, if you said so. There it is. You can look at it all you want, but don't leave this area with it, okay? And no photocopies either, I'm afraid.
Of course. I understand completely. Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
Could you get me some coffee?
Are you speaking to me?
Why, yes.
Wow, Deja, leave it to Beaver. I'm the police photographer, sir. You might be able to find someone around here dumb enough to get coffee for you, but it won't be me.
Oh, thanks anyway.
I can give you precise instructions for the handling of hot liquids if you need them.
No thanks. Are you sure I can't make a copy of this file?
I'm real sure.
Oh, never mind.
Fine, I'll get back to work. Don't leave the room with that file, please.
I'm done.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, hey, hey.
Knight, come on in. Are you hot? Man, I'm hot.
Can I ask you about some...
You're the writer.
I got the... Let's take another cop author shot.
What for?
I don't think we got your best side.
Really? Okay. I'll have Franks come in again. Franks, come back in here with that camera. I hate to put my coat on. It's so damn hot in here. But a picture's a picture.
Now what, sir?
This clown wants another picture. You don't mind, do you?
Of course not. What else could I possibly have to do? Ready? Smile.
Anything else, Knight?
Hold on a sec while I go check my hair.
Good God, Knight. Make it fast.
Just wanna check this machine here.
Would you just get in here? Hurry up, would ya?
Okay, ready.
Thanks, hun. Let me know when you get them developed. The photos, that is.
Yeah, sure.
Anything else, Knight?
Nope, that's about it.
Good. See ya, Franks.
Uh-huh.
Thank God I can take this thing off again. Damn, it's hot. Okay, anything else?
I'll let you get back to it.
Later, Knight.
Welcome, my friend. Hello. I am the proprietor, Dr. John. If you have any questions, I will be happy to assist.
Great. My name is Knight, and I'll probably take you up on that. Oh, hurt me. They lend a certain psychotic ambiance, no? Magenta Moonbeam. Voodoo Inn. A waste of some perfectly good wine, if you ask me. It wouldn't be much of a voodoo museum without a voodoo doll. This coffin is so small. Will that look sacrilegious? Wonder who that poor bastard was. Reminds me of a book critic for the New York Times. Funny, I say the same thing to women. I wish Malia Getty were mine forever. Really, I mean it.
What was that?
Huh? Nothing.
Please, do not touch the drums. They are authentic.
Authentic what?
Drums. Do not touch them. The python is quite dangerous. I would stay back if I were you.
Thanks for the advice. Could I ask you a few questions?
That is why I am here.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Historical voodoo, or the voodoo currently practiced in the city.
Tell me about historical voodoo.
Very well. I will start at the beginning, Mr. Knight, and will go on from there at your prompting.
Sounds good.
As you may know, voodoo is a grassroots religion, formed by the mixing together of many different African tribal religions and Anglo religions, such as Catholicism or Protestantism. In other words, it is a religion born of the African slave trade. But African slaves were imported not only by the United States, but also into the West Indies, where the French and Spanish ran plantation islands. Prior to 1803, the New Orleans area was owned by France. The French Creole in those days owned many African slaves. But the Creole did not permit their slaves to gather, giving no chance for voodoo to breed here natively. The Creole also knew enough about the corrupted pagan practices of the West Indies slaves to ban the importings of slaves from that region.
So how did voodoo come to New Orleans?
After the Louisiana Purchase, American legislators relaxed regulations. Slaves were permitted to gather. The Americans also removed the ban on West Indies slaves. Around the same time, a slave revolt occurred in Santo Domingo, what is now Haiti. Between the lifting of the ban and the Haitian Revolt, West Indies slaves began pouring into New Orleans. Some of them were free people of color, freed or escaped slaves. Some came with their white owners who were fleeing from the revolt.
What happened when the West Indies slaves got here?
They brought voodoo with them. The native slaves were more than enthusiastic about embracing it. It gave them power, Mr. Knight, if only in the form of a communal bond. Among the first meeting places were the Bayou St. John and the shore of Lake Pontchartrain. The early voodoos were heavy snake worshippers, worshipping the one they called the Great Zombie.
Tell me more about historical voodoo.
By 1817, the voodoo activities were beginning to cause fear among the white slave owners. An ordinance was passed to forbid slave gatherings except in designated public areas at designated times. The time was Sunday afternoons, and the place, Congo Square. The slaves and free people of color gathered to dance simulations of their voodoo dances, right in sight of Creole society. Of course, they also continued to meet in private for the real thing.
Tell me more about historical voodoo.
There were a variety of kings and queens at first, voodoo priests and priestesses. But from about 1830, a single power emerged. This was a voodoo queen named Marie Laveau. Marie Laveau ruled voodoo in New Orleans for many years.
Tell me about Marie Laveau.
There were actually two Marie Laveaus, mother and daughter. Most people thought they were the same woman. Her continued youth added to the mystique. The original, the mother, was also known as Widow Paris. It was she that began the empire.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
The Laveau tomb, where one or both of the Maries are believed to be buried, is in St. Louis Cemetery No. 1. It is a popular shrine for practitioners and tourists alike. I myself take tours through the cemetery on a regular basis.
Really? Do you have any running this week?
No, but the cemetery is open to the general public as well.
What do you know about
The killings in the newspaper. I know they have nothing to do with true voodoo in New Orleans.
What do you think?
It is the only city in the United States, as far as I am concerned.
Do you know anything about snakes?
You have perhaps noticed the museum snake, Mr. Knight? They are beautiful creatures. Do you not agree? And the tourists seem to associate them with voodoo.
Tell me about yourself.
Me?
Yes, if you don't mind.
What is it you wish to learn?
Why did you open up?
The subject has fascinated me all my life, and I wanted to help preserve the cultural heritage it represents.
What kind of background in voodoo do you have?
Let us just say I cut my teeth on it, Mr. Knight. It is in my blood.
Do you do anything besides run the museum?
No, the museum does not make me a rich man, but my material needs are simple. I prefer to focus on my one true interest in life.
What are your own religious beliefs?
My beliefs are too personal and too complex to discuss with a layman, Mr. Knight.
Just tell me anything.
I am originally from the West Indies myself, you know.
Really? What brought you to New Orleans?
I was drawn here for personal reasons.
Just tell me anything.
I am a vegetarian.
Really? I can't imagine living without meat.
That must be the hunter in you, Mr. Knight.
Just tell me anything.
I am not an easy person to get to know. I am a very private man.
Isn't that unusual for someone in the museum business?
Not at all. My displays speak for me.
Actually, I can't think of a thing.
Then let us discuss something else.
Tell me about current voodoo.
Many people think of voodoo in terms of magic spells or gree-gree. That kind of practice is actually called hoodoo and is only a part of true voodoo. Voodoo, the religion, has a strong following in New Orleans. In fact, it is growing quite rapidly. There are several voodoo churches or temples in the city, and others all across the United States. African Americans see it as a tradition all their own. Whites, and there are many in the religion, are attracted to it because they think it is exotic. I personally am more interested in the history of voodoo. Some of the new movements are copying Haitian or even African voodoo. But it is the voodoo of New Orleans that I find so intriguing.
What exactly is hoodoo?
Hoodoo refers to magic folk traditions of the South. Hoodoo is a bastard of voodoo. Many of the gree-gree are similar, but hoodoo does not have the religious aspects of voodoo.
So how's the museum business?
Those who truly seek to understand are few, Mr. Knight. But even one can be an audience.
Sounds about like my shop. So where do you pick up all this stuff?
Oh, here and there. We accept donations of any pertinent items.
Do you ever get any wackos in here?
You mean, besides yourself?
Yeah, besides me.
I do not care to make those kinds of judgments, Mr. Knight. All are welcome here.
Thanks a lot. Bye now.
Come back again.
Hello.
Bonjour, Monsieur Walker.
Bienvenue, Madame Casano. Comment ça va? How you be feeling today?
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Walker. I'm certain someone's buried a sleep knot bag somewhere near my steps. I haven't slept a wink, not in weeks.
Now, don't that beat all? Gonna need some easy night candles then, huh?
Do you think that would help? I do hope you're right. I said 3 rosaries this morning for Our Lady's intervention.
Rosary good, sure enough, but you burn them candles too, boy, you gonna whip any no-sleep gree-gree, I tell you for sure.
Very well, Mr. Walker. Put them on my account and send them around to my house. Oh, and there's another thing. I didn't catch her at it, but I know. Mrs. Lefebvre put stomachache powder in my tea at the last meeting of the Creole Grand Dame. I've been in misery.
Now, you put 9 pinheads up in a little box. Add a pinch of graveyard dust, put it up under her front post step. That'll turn the trick back on Miss Lefevre, and she be the one with the bellyache. I got the pins of dust right here if you want them.
If the Blessed Virgin will grant me her protection, I'll be safe from these practitioners of evil.
Oui, madame. Though, don't hurt to be proactive neither now, does it?
Naturellement, monsieur. Merci beaucoup.
Mais non, madame. It's nothing. Au revoir.
Au revoir, monsieur Walker.
Lagniappe. My French is lousy, but everyone in New Orleans knows what that means. A little something extra.
Those are gris-gris. They full of magic. No guarantee, though, you know?
I know where to come if I ever have a vampire problem. Hi there. Is this your store?
This the Dixieland drugstore, and I own it. Me. Name's Walker. Willie Walker.
What do you know about Marie Laveau?
Marie? She's somebody from the old days. One of them old folk tales. The tourists eat it up, no?
Can you tell me what...
This is a novelty shop, monsieur.
Do you think I'm stupid? This is a voodoo shop. Look at all this stuff.
These is novelties, curiosities. If people want to think they magic, it's not my concern, you know?
What do you think?
I live here all my life, me.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
The only one left is Willie Jr. over there, the old crocodile. He's sort of a mascot now, him.
Do you know anything about snakes?
What kind of snakes?
The kind they use in voodoo?
Pythons, boas, so I've heard.
Really? Do you have one?
Are you crazy? What would I want with a python?
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Caprice encore.
What did you say?
Nothing. Them killings have nothing to do with my shop, monsieur.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It's the biggest night of the year in voodoo.
What goes on exactly?
I couldn't say.
That customer of yours, the little old lady.
Customer?
The woman I saw in here, Madame Casino, you called her.
I don't talk about my customers to men who come in off the street.
What did you mean when you said Caprice encore?
I didn't say that.
You did. I heard you say it.
You heard wrong, monsieur. I said no such thing.
Tell me about...
My name's Willie.
How did you get into...
Now, why should I discuss my business with you, man?
About Willie Jr. Would you be willing to let him go?
Maybe. For $100.
100? You gotta be kidding.
Me and Willie Jr. are very close now. I couldn't part with him for less.
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult me, monsieur. The price is $120.
What? You said you'd sell it for 100 before.
You misheard, monsieur. The price was always 120.
So,
Voodoo.
what about all these magic oils and powders you're selling? Aren't they a part of voodoo?
Read the label, man. We make no claims. Sold as curio only. It mean what it say, no? These are novelties, not voodoo.
Are you telling me that you own a voodoo shop, but you know nothing about voodoo practices?
Ça n'est pas ça faire blanc.
What does that mean?
It mean you should mind your own business, monsieur.
What are you thinking?
If you're not from around here, monsieur, you should sign up for some tours.
Hey, Grace, here I am.
Oh boy, party time.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
What can you tell?
St. John's Eve? Never heard of it. Must be a local custom. New Orleanians love to party.
Do you have any idea? Do you know anything about...
I'd rather not hear about your sex life, Knight.
Do you know anything...
Wasn't she a big voodoo queen before the Civil War?
That's right.
Well, you've just heard everything I know about her.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
I need you to look up a Madame Casino.
Madame Casino? Is she related to the murders the same way your friend Molly Aghetti was?
Grace, Casino's at least 70.
As if that makes a difference to you. Okay, I'll see what I can find. Anything else?
I can't think of anything. I'll be back later.
Have fun.